Welcome back to Switcher South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash, as always, in proud collaboration to change cars and all things motoring. Today, you join me in a vehicle that Mazda should have brought in first and left that other model that we reviewed last year that we all complained about in terms of the engine. Because the one they brought here now is a 3.3 litre mild hybrid system diesel engine, which is an inline 6, and this is the one to have. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this vehicle, from the exterior look of the vehicle, interior look of the vehicle, the drive of the vehicle, because that's the most important thing, and then overall thoughts of the vehicle, cost of ownership, and whether you should get this vehicle over something of like your Ford Everest, your X5s, all those type of vehicles. But I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Stay tuned. So with the CX60, so this is a CX60 all-wheel drive 3.3 litre inline 6. So starting from the exterior look of the vehicle, you get this large grille, blacked out grille, the Mazda badging up front here. You get these LED daytime running lights and LED headlamps, which are also adaptive. Adaptive meaning that you can put them in auto bright and then they will bright where the car thinks it's necessary to bright. Then to the lower end of the vehicle, there's nothing too fancy. You get your sensors up front. This car does have adaptive cruise control. That's a nice thing I like about the vehicle. So there's not much to speak about in front. It looks, yeah, it looks. Then you also get over here, this is actually where your daytime running light is. So I think I said it in my initial review of the CX60 that I'm not too sure about this light that goes in here. I feel if that wasn't there, it would look a bit better, but I'm a bit finicky about that. So moving on to the side profile of the vehicle, you get these 20-inch alloy wheels. They're okay, they're not the best looking alloy wheels. So these 20-inch alloy wheels, for me, they look good on the vehicle. Maybe 21-inch alloy wheels would have made the vehicle look more plush, more luxurious, like the competition, like I mentioned, the Ford Everest or the likes, because they do have 21-inch alloy wheels. And then you get inline 6 badging over here to remind you that is an inline 6. They want you to know this is the one to have. So I've been seeing a lot of 660s on the road for the past couple of weeks, but I haven't seen an inline 6. So literally when I'm driving, then I see someone, I look at them so they can see which one I'm driving. And then when they realize which one I'm driving, it's a thing of, oh, wow. So there's someone that actually asked me, how is the inline 6? I told the person, the one you're driving, go swap it out, get this one. So side profile of the vehicle, it's quite big. It's very, very large. You look at the vehicle, more especially from here to the front, like it's quite big. I kind of like it because it looks very big, but towards the back, that's when it becomes a bit small. And this is where I speak about the sizing of the vehicle, because it puts it in a very tough spot, because the vehicle is big, it is long. But when you look at it from the rear quarter panel over here, it kind of looks like a CX5 at some point, if depending on how you're looking at the vehicle, kind of looks like a CX5. But when you look at the length of the vehicle, you can see that this is actually a bigger vehicle, and it puts it in a very tight place. Like, why do you compete it with? Because you could say an X3, but it's bigger and longer than an X3. You say an X5, you're kind of reaching, but you can't compete with an X5, for example. And you say an Everest or a Fortuner, but you're gonna be like, but this is very low compared to an Everest or a Fortuner. What do those offer? So it's in a tight spot. I'm yet to kind of really figure out what you compete this vehicle with, but I think at the end of the review I'm going to cover that part as the most important thing. So now moving on to the rear end of the vehicle. For me, it's okay. I like the rear end of the vehicle more than I like the front. It's okay. You can see that the light design has moved from your CX5 into this CX60, so I'm not too mad at the light design. You have LED headlamps with your indicator over there and your reverse light over there. There's a written Sky Active D. The D is obviously for diesel, and then the E is obviously because it's a mild hybrid system, so they want you to know that it's a mild hybrid system. Then on the left hand side of the vehicle, you get CX60 badging all-wheel drive. You know my gripe with too many badges. I'm not mad at it. It's okay. I feel like it's okay, man. The all-wheel drive thing, there's no need. But I think for what the vehicle is, it's fine. Not too finicky about that. Then, something that you will notice, and I wish this vehicle didn't have, because for me, it's kind of, I'll get the name. I'll get the name. These are four, so 2 pipes here, 2 pipes there. These are fake, by the way. These are fake, so design queue. Now, I don't like it because, one, they're fake. Two, this is a diesel vehicle. There is no diesel vehicle that comes with 4 pipes. So I'm not too sure about that. The word I'm looking for is tacky. I find that tacky. Rather just keep it clean over here, because it's the first thing people will notice. Like, my dad noticed that the first thing when I was parked in the garage. He's like, hey, is this a 4 pipe? What's going on? So yeah, that's with regards to the rear end of the vehicle. Let's jump into the vehicle, and I'm going to tell you how the vehicle is interior, the space, and then I'm going to speak about the back. I'm sure you guys are wondering, is this a 7-seater? You'll find that in the review. So when you get into the interior of the vehicle, if you've been in a CX-60 before, you can see that the interior of the vehicle is not really much of a difference from the normal one, the normal CX-60, because this one is just, the difference is the engine. So you get a leather wrap steering wheel with your volume buttons on the left hand side, track selection, call, hang call information, and then your cruise control on the right hand side. And then you get your digital instrument cluster up front. And then yeah, let me just start the vehicle because it's actually quite hot, so you're gonna have to forgive me a bit. I need some air conditioning. So speaking of the air conditioning, I like the air conditioning because it's actual buttons, so you get actual buttons for your air conditioning. It's not within the infotainment system. I like that about the vehicle. Something that I find a bit weird is Mazda Global is deciding for us what feature to bring and what feature not to bring. And when I speak about it, I'm sure you guys are wondering why. So this vehicle has ventilated seats. Yes, it makes sense because we're in the southern part of the world, South Africa. It is hot, like today it is hot, so you are gonna need ventilated seats. But we are also a country that experiences winter and it gets cold, so you're gonna need heated seats. So I think Mazda Global thinks South Africa as a market doesn't need heated seats. So this vehicle doesn't have heated seats, but all over the world, any other Mazda does come with heated seats and ventilated seats. So it kind of doesn't make sense for me. Rather, don't give me ventilated seats and give me heated seats, or give me both if you can. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blank spots that could have been filled with something. So Mazda Global, please, if you're watching my review, please help me make sense of that. And then you get this touchscreen infotainment system which supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It supports Apple CarPlay wireless and wired. Right now my phone is not connected, so you can see there it's grayed out. But if I take the cable and I plug in my phone, it'll connect the CarPlay wired. But if I don't want to use the wire, I can just go into communication, and then I say connect, and then just say cancel there. Then I pick my phone. There, and then CarPlay. I just click on CarPlay. It'll initiate CarPlay. So yeah, for those that like wireless and those that like wired, a bit of both. They're giving you a bit of both there. And then yeah, you get a gear selector over here. So gear selector, park is this way, going into reverse is that way, drive back down, same routine going back up to park. Then yeah, I think that's with regards to where I'm sitting. The seats are okay, they are comfortable. This is the only type of interior that you can get in this vehicle, and because I went to a Mazda dealership to find out, does the vehicle come fully kitted? As it is, it comes fully kitted. It gets a Bose sound system. The sound system actually bangs. I really like it. It makes you want to drive the vehicle a bit more because of how good the sound system is overall. Then yeah, I think that's with regards to the interior of the vehicle. Oh, something that I don't like, let me show you, is your sunglasses, where you put your sunglasses over here. So you put your sunglasses over here. What I don't like, see, I put them away. Now I wanna get my glasses, for example. Problem is that sometimes they tend to fall out. So I think if this had a bit of dampening to basically bring the glasses slower, then I'll be happy, because I've been taking them out, they fall off. So yeah, but they're not falling off now in the review. I don't know why. Let's put them in a different direction. Let's see. I'll put them in this way. I think now they'll fall. Thank you. So proves the point. Let's go to the back seats and let's speak about that. So when you move to the back seats, legroom and headroom is decent enough. So legroom is perfect. I'm sitting behind myself. I'm okay. Headroom a bit on the tight side, but I personally am in a good spot. I'm liking it. And then you get 2 Type-C ports at the back. I just forgot to mention up front under the armrest, you get 2 Type-C ports. You get 2 Type-C ports at the back. And then clearly overseas you can get one that has your adapter here to charge your laptop or something, because I can see there's a block here that's covered. So I think in other markets you get a CX-60 like that. And then you get your air conditioning here, so you don't get 3-zone climate control. You get dual climate control up front, but you don't get 3-zone at the back. So whatever temperature set up front is what's going to pop out here at the back, but you do get your direction for your vents. And then yeah, that's about it. Bose sound system over there. Oh, then you get this armrest over here with your 2 cup holders. What I don't like is that the cup holders are not covered, because yeah, I wish they were covered, but it's a bit of nitpicking. And then you also get through loading. I've spoken about through loading. If you look at my Lexus video, you'll see what I speak about when I say what is through loading. So through loading is I can sit 2 people in the vehicle whilst I load something from the back. So I think that's a very good, so load something through here. And I actually did. I loaded a gazebo in this vehicle yesterday because I went fishing. I'm gonna put the fishing video right now on the overplay. So that was very cool. And then yeah, so I like the through loading. So sit 1, 2, 3, 4 people with through loading. And then if you lift it up, you can fit 5 people with through loading, and you get your seat belt. Yes, a 3-point seat belt. Very nice. 3-point seat belt for your middle seat passenger. Why this is very important? Because some cars only have 2-point. 2-point is this one, just here. So at least this is a 3-point. It covers you here as well, like that about the vehicle. Let's go to the boot and find out, is this vehicle a 5-seater or 7-seater? Comment now what you think the vehicle is, and then let's go find out. So going to the boot, finding out if it's a 5-seater or a 7-seater. So check. Okay, speaking about, I'm gonna put the boot capacity on the screen. For me, it's decent enough. I was able to fit in quite a few things. You get a 12-volt socket this side. That's one 12 socket that side. Yeah, it's decent enough. You can see I have a checkers bag. I have my kit bag because you guys know I'm a football coach in my spare time. You must come and watch me sometime. I coach Rangers Football Club in Gazina, Pretoria. We played 9th Avenue on Saturdays. My boys played 9. If you want to see that happen, come see me. Yeah, but back to the review. Unfortunately, this vehicle, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately. You'll tell me if you think it's unfortunate. This car is not a 7-seater. It's a 5-seater, unfortunately or fortunately. What do I think about that? It's okay. I'm not really big on 7-seaters, and I think if I did own a 7-seater, I wouldn't even use the 6th or 7th seat, because I'm the type of person that if I really need a 7-seater, just get a V-Class. Simple. If I want to load more than 5 people, just get a V-Class. But that's not about a V-Class. And then underneath here, you get your spare wheel. And again, unfortunately, the spare wheel is a space saver spare wheel. For those that don't know what a space saver spare wheel is, maybe you know it as the term biscuit. Is that skinny one? So it's temporary use. So you get a puncher, all that stuff. Then you get your Bose sound system subwoofer over there in between the wheel. So yeah, that's with regards to the boot. Oh, and then someone spoke about, so in my Lexus video, as you can hear that sound where I'm opening and then it makes the noise. Someone actually enlightened me as to why vehicles make that noise. So if you can open the vehicle with your leg, it needs to make that noise so that you know, as the person that owns the vehicle, that because you may pass by the vehicle and then it opens without you knowing. So if you hear that sound, you will know that, hey, I actually accidentally opened the boot. So thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna put your name on the screen. So that's some good insight. But going back to what I'm saying is, the car should be able to tell. If I'm opening it here, don't give me the sound. If I open it like this, give me the sound. It makes sense, because that could have been a mistake. But it's a nice feature. See? Like that, I don't mind it making a noise, because I could pass by and just go and then it opens, you know. But if I'm gonna press, don't give me that sound. So I don't like that. Okay, vehicle close. So let's go to the driving of the vehicle, and then we're gonna do my overall thoughts of the vehicle. So now, the drive of this vehicle. For me, that's the party piece. It's the party piece for me. So here you're looking at a 3.3 liter turbo diesel engine, inline 6, very important, inline 6, which produces 187 kilowatts and 550 newton meters of torque. So when you're driving the vehicle, I think that's when you get to feel and enjoy the vehicle. So I'm going to speak about my experience with the vehicle and the bad part about it first before I start praising the vehicle. So when I received the vehicle, as I'm driving like this, right, the gear changes between 1 and 2. The car would like cut power. Like, it wasn't as smooth as I'd expect it to be. Now it's actually behaving now to a point where I thought there's something wrong with the whole Mazda thing. So I'm like, maybe it's just this specific Mazda. Let me go test drive another Mazda CX-60. So I went to a dealership around where I stay. I test drove that vehicle and it was driving perfectly. So it made me wonder that this car only has 8,000 Ks on it, and already is experiencing those those mere problems here and there. So the problem is between the gear changes. So it cuts power. You can tell that it's not, for lack of a better term, it's not mapped correctly. The gearbox tuning is not the best, because you could feel in terms of gear changes, it was a bit rough. So it's what I experienced. So as an owner, you need to pay attention to that. So if you're getting this vehicle, you need to know that that might happen. It might happen that you find that the vehicle doesn't have, it will give you that problem. I'm not saying it will, it might. It's a thing that you need to be aware of. And as I was speaking to the guy that I went around the test drive with, he had said that the first batch of Mazda 660s were recalled. So it's something you also need to consider in this vehicle. But overall, other than that, when the car decided to behave like right now, you get to enjoy the vehicle. For me, the vehicle has been driving so well, so smooth. So there's 3 modes. There's an off-road mode, a normal, and a sport mode. There's really never a need to even get out of eco mode. The sport mode, not really much of a difference, but when you push the car, like, it just sings like, oh, my days. Like that inline 6 is the perfect thing. That inline 6, it gives you that BMW feeling, like the sound. You can tell that it's a 6-cylinder, and this is why I love this engine so much. And I personally, for me, there's no, for something like this engine is such a great thing to drive. The overall comfort of the vehicle, the suspension as well is good. Only when you go over humps like this, you do get to feel a bit of the hard knock, but at the same time, I think it's because of the wheels. They're set on 20-inch alloy wheels. But other than that, the overall drive of the vehicle. Then you look on to the fuel efficiency part of things. So as you think the vehicle is fuel efficient, all that stuff. Well, you're not wrong. You're not thinking wrong. The vehicle is fuel efficient. So Mazda South Africa claims a 4.9. They're reaching 4.9. They're reaching. I've been averaging 7.1 over the past week I had, and something this big, an inline 6. That's 7 liters is amazing, because when you look at something that has a 3-liter V6, like a Ford Everest, I'll always include a Ford Everest, you will never get lower than 10. I'm slowing down because I want you guys to see the zebras. You don't see zebras every day, so wow. Hi, zebra. So yeah, back to the vehicle. So for the fact that I'm in an inline 6-cylinder turbo diesel engine, and I'm averaging 7.3, that's something to marvel about. So you can easily get over 700 Ks on one tank in this vehicle. And I think that's the most important thing, because you put your foot down, it's smoothness, like it's the drive. I could speak about the drive. I could go on and on about the drive, and I like how the vehicle drives. In terms of steering wheel feeling, I wish it would have been a bit more heavier. But obviously, when you put it into sport, it does get a bit heavier. But it's a bit loose when I'm driving it now. But at the end of the day, I think I'm expecting a bit too much. But overall drive the vehicle is okay. There's no point in time where you feel like you'll need more power or less power. If you've driven the 2.5 liter, you'll get to love this one a bit more. And if you own a 2.5 liter and you get into this one, you will want to exchange, or you'd want to trade in your vehicle. But yeah, let's go to my overall thoughts of the vehicle. And yeah, let me tell you how much this vehicle costs. So we had that very important part of the review where I tell you what to do with your money. So this vehicle, my overall thoughts of the vehicle, I really do like it. Mazda should have brought this vehicle into the market. That's it. With this engine, not any other model, not the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder petrol engine. So this one was priced at just under 1.1 million rand. And we take that amount of money and go to the change cost vehicle finance calculator. Clang, at a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, clicking the buttons there, you can see a balloon payment, no deposit, at an interest rate of 12.25%. You're looking at paying the amount on the screen. I just forgot it off the top of my head. And I think for R1 million, to be honest, you're getting a really good vehicle and a really good package. Mazda has priced this vehicle. For me personally, it is worth the price tag of R1 million. And I've had people in the vehicle and I've asked them, how much do you think the vehicle costs? And the person that's actually shooting this, he thought the vehicle cost like 1.5 million rand. So that says a lot about the car and how Mazda has priced it. I'm not mad at pricing. If I had that amount of money, I would buy this vehicle. The only thing that is kind of confusing for me is, as a consumer like you guys that are looking to buy this vehicle, where do you put this vehicle? Like, what do you compete it with? Because you can put in a Fortuner there, you can put in an Everest there, V6 Everest, or there's a Wild Track Everest, or there's a Platinum Everest. You can put an X3, because it's in and around that pricing, the outgoing X3. The new X3 that's going to be coming, I think, later this year or early next year, that starts at 1.2. And for this, in terms of what you're getting, to get something similar, you're going to pay more. And I think that's where it puts this kind of very good price point. I personally speaking, I would get this vehicle, R1,000,000. And you guys know it's a Mazda, so don't go kaboom. You know, reliability, that's one thing. But yeah, I think I'll tell you guys, do get this vehicle. I really do like it. And of course for the money as well. Because I even went to a dealership, you guys heard in my driving impressions, you can get a demo model that just has 1,000 Ks for 900,000 rand already. Now, what is Mazda saying about that? So yeah, I think I would get this one. I think I would. But I'm also a Ford fan, and I love the Ford Everest. So you never know. But thank you guys for watching. I'm Nicky Nash, as always, in Park Operation. We change cars and all things motoring. There's been another review of this lovely Mazda. There's not too much that I dislike about this vehicle, except for that part I spoke about in terms of the driving. But yeah, I'm Nicky Nash from South Africa. I'm signing out. I'll see you in the next one.